Hey guys, wanted to show you the different little seedlings that I have. I guess I call them seedlings, maybe they're sproutlings. I kind of tend to use the term interchangeable because I'm new. I've been gardening most of my life. I've had pretty good success with certain crops. Certain crops I like to grow, other crops they're frustrating to grow. But that's probably because I don't follow the rules and the guidelines. So, take for instance, this is Florida, and here in March I'm trying to grow some lettuce of different varieties. Let me see if I can try to figure out. This one I'm pretty sure is a watermelon. Sproutling, seedling, sproutling, whatever. I'm using some hydroponics, hydroponic solution here, and all these containers here. Just trying to see if I can get them to grow hydroponically or not. These here are some different varieties of lettuce. You guys will probably know and them a lot better than I do. Unfortunately, my labeling system has failed me. So, and then I got a lot of seeds. I got a 7-pack of salad seeds that were that just had the 7 listed. So I had to try to go online to figure out what those were. So long story short, I have a bunch of lettuce that's growing that I won't be able to really tell what it is until it grows. So, ironically, these two were growing and planted about the same time, and I think this one's just not gonna cut it. Not exactly sure what happened there. Don't know if I exposed it to the heat too quickly, if something happened with the hydro solution, or what happened. So there's this one that's doing pretty good, I think. This one is the oldest here of the lettuce that I have growing. This other batch here was started not too long after so I'm trying to do some things with some Mountain Dew cans. I cut them in half and then put little slits down the sides, just about a half inch or so, just to be able to fold over to try to keep the sun out. I started with these, kind of experimenting. This is a Philadelphia cheese thing. Onions and chives container. I start my seeds in there with some paper towels, just trying to experiment to see how that turns out. Then I have the red cup here. I like these too. Just reuse the containers, but unfortunately I think a lot of evaporation happens. I could be wrong, but it seems like there's a lot of evaporation to me. So that's why I'm trying to experiment here a little bit with this, which I'm pretty sure is a watermelon seedling. Forgive my fingers because they just don't work very well. Here we go. It's a rock wool cube inside. Don't know if you'll be able to see part of it there or not. Then there's some hydroponic solution in there. I'll go over my hydro solution in another video. But essentially, if you want to know and you want the source of who and where I got this from, it's from, MHP Gardner. I'm not positive I got the first 3 letters right. I know it's like miles per hour, but I think it's instead of MPH, it's MHP, I believe, Gardner. Could be wrong. But, so starting to just kind of experiment with a couple different can designs here and a couple different designs there. Now, these two in the front here, these are cucumbers. All the rest of this here is all lettuce. All this is lettuce here as well, except for I'm pretty sure that is a watermelon. I could be wrong though. So please correct me if you know that I am wrong. Feel free. Not going to be offended. So I came up with a labeling system. Not entirely sure. You can't read it unless you can read backwards. It says red kale. Trust me, I can read backwards. Kind of, sort of. Not entirely backwards, I guess. This is Endine. I don't know. Anyways, so I did start to label. I just happened to have a can. So this was my first rendition. I think I'll do a video on that just to try to show you how I cut it and everything. And then here's the second revision, getting 2 in 1 can instead of only getting 1 per can. This does not solve the evaporation issue. I think it can help, but I don't think it solves it. Also, I tried to put it in a container here, thinking if the temperatures got too hot, maybe I could put a little bit of ice in here with some water, maybe cool temperatures down a little bit. And then here, of course, I have some more little seedlings here. I don't know. These are only been outside for a day, I believe. The left one's doing good, the right one's not doing as good. And this one, unfortunately, I think that is pretty much a goner. Its stem is just super skinny, and it's just not, didn't look very good. So that is that. That's what I have growing here. Ouch. Rose bush is always getting me. That's fine. But yeah, so that's what I have growing. The lettuce, it's March and it's Florida, so I don't believe the lettuce is going to do entirely well. That's why I kind of have them set here in this window. The sun sets that way, so that is east, that is west. We are facing north, so this is the south side of my house. So I get the most sun over here. I don't know, I know they're supposed to have full sun, but I know that they're very temperature sensitive. So I don't know entirely what's going to happen. I might end up having to move indoors if these just don't survive. I'm hoping to get watermelon. The watermelon should do quite well and thrive in this condition. Nice warm hot weather for it. So as far as I know, it should thrive. Also my cucumbers, eventually it's going to get a little too hot for those little guys, but I'm really hoping that they'll be okay here. Oh, the white container there, I don't know if you can see, but it's just an old orange juice container that I got. Just cut it off the top. I like to use the little seed, you know, the little potting seed, the little biodegradable containers there. I like to put them in there, and then that way they can leak the water out the bottom, and then maybe if there's too much water in the bottom, it can, the plant can kind of absorb, and the soil can reabsorb some of that water that would just normally be wasted. I know it's not the best practice because then you can have roots exposed to water constantly, but I don't fill up the container. I keep it pretty low. You know, I just the water level's not anything in there. So if I did add water and ice in there to cool down that can, I'd have to probably prop up the cucumbers so that they didn't get overwatered. But yeah, so I do hydroponic, and I also do soil-based. I'm kind of experimenting. I don't really have a system down. I've only been doing this for a couple of years, the hydroponic part. The soil part I have done before in the past, but never with actual good quality soil. And of course, people are going to say, well, what soil are you using? And for fear of being yelled at, I'm not gonna say what soil I'm using right now. Later on, when I get the courage, maybe I will let you guys know, tell you. I will say that it's just a major brand, and you know, it's kind of a go-to soil for a lot of people that don't grow organically. I do not grow organically. I know a lot of people are going to yell at that as well, but I'm just trying to grow as good a quality food as I can, in my means. I'm no expert. Maybe in the future I can grow organically when I have a lot more experience. Most of my experience comes from when I was a child helping out on a farm. Got some great experiences, got some great experience, and you know, just had lots of fun. So this is kind of the first time, the last couple of years, this is kind of the first time I've been in charge, and I've been responsible for growing things, that sort of thing. So I'll just kind of cut the video off there. I know a lot of people are going to be really upset that I'm not growing organically. I apologize. I If I were really good at this, I would. Unfortunately, I'm not at the moment. I know a lot of people say, well, you can grow organically a lot easier than you can with the other. I don't know. But what I'm doing seems to be working right now, with the exception of figuring out when to plant and where to plant and how to plant, because Florida weather just kind of, it's usually hot, sunny, and humid, and growing lettuce can be difficult, I know, in the summertime. Tomatoes can be difficult. Cucumbers can be difficult. I think corn's pretty easy. Just keep it watered enough and you should be alright. But I'm going to end this video now, and I'll talk to you guys later.